Hello and welcome to the Valley. This is episode 14, and in this episode we build a silo and we put up a new greenhouse. Keep that under wraps until we do it towards the end of this episode. We're just going to start off this morning with delivering the product that was made from the big greenhouse and the open farm, the open, what do we call it? The open, the open vegetable patches that we have in the top farm. Just get those delivered. So we've got a reasonable amount from the big greenhouse. We'll get that up to the farmer's market this time, and I think we'll deliver it to stall 2. They had a little bit of a bidding war, and stall 2 came out tops for the product from the top greenhouse. Should make a little bit of money. Like always, we've got to spend the morning collecting money, delivering products, so that we can spend the afternoon building things. Just about done. Right, well, it's not too bad. Live with that. Right, it's back at the farm, and we'll pick up the stuff from the open gardens. Where's the old... There it is. They're very slow to produce these, but I suppose essentially more realistic. But then again, they don't take a lot of work. I don't think I've had to put in any extra inputs since we've started, so yeah, can't complain with that really. Maybe once a month, once every 2 months, we have to clear the product produced out, so it's probably not hugely profitable, or certainly not hugely beneficial to cash flow, but yeah, I like them. We'll get these into the farmer's market as well, I think. Yep. It's a really aggressive stallholder number 2 and bidding for the products. Not going to complain, it's where we get our best price. So. Yeah, that's okay. Still got this, still had that little bit of lettuce to be delivered as well. Right, we're just going to put in a little bit of beautification for the market. So what we'll do is we'll put in some apple trees so that they can actually produce and contribute, I suppose, really to the purchase of this piece of land, which was reasonably inexpensive, but has given us a nice little spot to actually do something different. But now we can actually add in a bit of income stream from it as well, with a couple of apple trees. I could put a lot more in there, but I want to add a couple of other decorations in. got a couple of for decoration food carts and ice cream vendor. I think we've got 2 ice cream vendors in the market now. Not sure, have we? I can't remember. I was going to put one in the corner. I can't remember if I did. Right, let's get something up for the kids, I think. There we go. Have a little bit of a play centre while the mums and dads are shopping. Kids can play in the park. Put up the Adventure Centre / Jungle Gym. I wonder if we should put a... We don't really have a petting zoo as such in the console issue, the console of the... or the in the console mods, do we? Can't think of one. Put up some benches where people can sit and have a rest and eat their ice creams, watch the kids playing in the park. Just make sure that there's enough entrances and exits for the delivery vehicles. Of course, we also have to be able to collect or supply water to the apple trees. Just got to make sure there's enough access around without putting too many obstacles. Where shall we put this last one? Don't really want it in the middle there. Maybe we can sort of tuck it in here somewhere. It should be okay. Yep, that's it done. Big change there. Well, not a big change. Just makes it look a little bit full and a little bit better. Right, back down at the farm, and just going to put up a silo. This is probably more of an American silo, and not sure it really fits in with the French theme, but it was cheap. And we don't need a lot of storage space, so I think this would be quite nice tucked away in the corner. And the main reason why we did that was because we have an oversupply of corn, or surplus corn, which we'll collect, and when the price is right we'll sell into the market. Let's just get this crate out of the way so we can get that soybean crate into the fish ponds or the fish tanks. Corn is pretty much full up. I've put a pallet of corn just in the trigger areas so that it can just constantly feed. Hopefully we'll get to a situation where we get to the same situation with the soybeans. Soybeans, of course, don't produce as quickly as the corn does. The corn really produces pretty quickly, to be honest. Let's get that into one of the fish tanks. Yeah, there you can see one of the pellets in the trigger area. Still got a bit in there, so yeah, just trickle feeds it as soon as it uses some, it just takes it out. Right, so let's get some other deliveries done. Well, first of all, let's go and collect it. It's surplus and get it into the silo. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about waiting for a good price for this type of product. I didn't notice that we had another soya pellet. I was wondering why there was only one. They normally produce more or less at the same time. They were kind of built at the same time-ish, so they should be producing pellets at the same time. So we'll just put that into the other fish pond, to the other fish tank. It's not really a pond, but I'm pretty sure that I will be mixing them up plenty more times in the future. Right, first product going into the silos. Yeah, the farmyard is nicely expanded. Some very interesting plans for next month in this area. In fact, some plans today for this area. I'm going to put up some sheds. Get all those trailers and that are stuck in that front yard stowed away neatly in a couple of drive-through sheds. But as normal, we've got to continue collecting the cash first. And some tomatoes into the second one. I think it was strawberries that went in early on. Some lettuce as well. Lettuce gives us a nice bit of money. Right, so time to build the sheds. So I found these nice little modded sheds, pretty inexpensive. I wanted to have sort of drive-through sheds, just so much easier in these what's going to be a fairly, it won't be tight, but I mean, because I've kind of planned it so that there's enough room to move around in. But yeah, we'll just put up shelter sheds is what I call them. So no side sheds, so you can just drive through and park up pretty easily. And we'll put some charging points in. So we'll put a couple of charging points in so that we can park our vehicles. So the first thing I tried is see whether it's to install a charging point off one of the pylons. Not sure it'll work, but I did one as a test, and if it does, then I know for future games. Right, this one we'll just put on the ground. We'll put them on the edge one, so the end of each shed, so that we can just drive in the vehicles, charge them up whenever necessary, leave them to charge overnight. It's kind of what you would do with an electric vehicle, really. Although I must admit, the electric vehicles in Farm Sim don't seem to use a lot of fuel. I suppose we do fairly short trips, so we haven't done any real major field work as such, ploughing, and so maybe it's a little bit inaccurate, really. Right, so we've got those all done. Got our charging points. Yeah, pretty happy with that. And then in the area that we've now created, I'm going to put in, find the best place for it, really, the flower greenhouse. Now, I haven't used this before. It does take a lot of product, and I'm not sure whether it's a real money generator or not, but we need to find out. I'd prefer to have it here, otherwise this is just going to be empty space. We need to, and the shape of this long and thin greenhouse will fit in nicely in this little area here. Just got to make sure it's a little bit away from the apple trees so that we don't get too much confusion with water filling. Yeah, so water is our biggest resource for this type of operation, of course. And that's why we went the hydroponics route, so that we are continuously using water that's already been used, basically, for watering and to a large extent feeding our greenhouses and our food production. Yeah, so that's the greenhouse done. We'll get that all filled up with product. Well, that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio.